Hey guys, this is IDGAF by Lipa, and we are going to learn the performance based on the live version. However, it works over the recorded version also, obviously. It's a stripped down version. This would work well with guitar and voice. So let's go ahead and go over the chords. There are only 4 chords in the song. There's E minor, there's D, there's G, and there's C. These are broken up into 10th forms, meaning the bottom note E and the top note G on the 2nd string 8th fret are a 10th apart. If you count up from E to G, pass G once, and come to the next G, you are on scale note number 10. So E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So that's a 10th apart. Then we go to D, and it's also based on a 10th form. You have the root, 5th, and then the 10th of D, which is F sharp. So you have E minor, 3 notes only, D, 3 notes. Then we go up to G major, another 10th form, and way down to C at 3rd position. I'll go very slowly. D, G, down to C. I'm using the claw fingering on this, so I'm using my thumb, index, and middle finger. So if you want to practice that on open strings, play on strings 5, 4, and 2. Practice that over and over again until you're comfortable. Now let's get into the rhythm. The first 2 chords, you have E minor, and you want to go right down to that D chord. That may be a little bit tricky. Then a tap, up to G, down to C, tap. So between chords 1 and 2 and chords 3 and 4, there's not much of a gap, so you have to get there quickly. Once you get that, you want to let this progression breathe a little bit. By breathing, I mean don't make it sound real stiff. Keep it loose. I don't like to put all 3 fingers down and then play. That sounds really stiff that way, and you're prone to making a mistake if you insist on doing that kind of fingering. The way I like to do it is lay the notes down as they're played. It's a whole different vibe when you play that way. Now let's go to riff number 2. It's basically the same for the first 2 chords, E minor, D. Then we're going to drop down to 2nd position and play what really could be called a B minor chord. And then up to C. I think of this also as a G with B in the bass. Technically it would be a G major 7 because it's got the F sharp in it. So instead of, the second time goes, if you notice, it's like the very first E minor form, and then, so it's the same form, so you really have only 2 chord forms in the entire song. Second time. At one point in the live version, there's a strumming section. So it's going to be E minor on the 7th fret, D on the 5th fret, the roots of each chord being on the 5th string, a G chord, and then we go to a C bar chord, E minor, D major, G, C. If you're not used to bar chords, this may take you a little bit of time. I'll give you an alternative if you don't want to do that. If you kind of know some open chords down low in first position, you can go ahead and play the entire song down there. E minor, D, G, C. E minor, D, G, C. I want to spice it up a little bit. You can do one more fingering. That is, lock down with these two fingers on fret 3. There's nothing wrong with doing that if that's how you want to play the song. There is a tendency on songs with repetitive chord progressions that you lose focus and you forget where you're at. So you kind of have to be on your toes for these kind of songs. Have fun with this one, and I will see you soon.